Hello everyone, welcome to this part 3 video of Mathematics Form 2 Chapter 1 Patterns and Sequences. So in the previous video, we already looked at the concept of patterns, and this video we're going to look at the concept of sequences. So what are sequences? Before we look at the definition, try this activity. Draw the next pattern. So given here you have one circle, one dot, then we have 3, then we have 6. The addition of circles here follows certain pattern. So what do you think is the next pattern? So the answer is this. So if you understand the pattern, you can see that we are constantly adding more circles to the base of this triangle shaped design. Okay, if we want to draw the next one, we will add 5 more circles beneath it. How about the next one here? Okay, first we have these 3 squares, and then the second drawing is this. What do you think is the next drawing? So you can see that we are adding squares to the object here. So for the third drawing, we will be adding more squares here, 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 and here to the object here. So you have this. If you want to continue with the next drawing, we will add one more here, 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 and here for the next drawing. Now in the first drawing, we have 16 squares. In the second drawing, we only have 12 left. We can see that this row of squares is gone. And in the next drawing, this row of squares gone. So I think you know that the last drawing here, we have only one row of squares. So all 3 examples here shows that the objects are arranged according to certain patterns. With this, we reduce one row of squares for the next object. This, we add squares to the side of the object. With this, we add circles to the base of the triangle design. So all these drawings follow a certain pattern, and the whole set of a drawing, here, this whole set, and this whole set of a drawing is called a sequence. So the definition here is sequence is a set of numbers or the objects arranged according to a certain pattern. So how about the example for numbers? Given this set of numbers, let us try to determine whether this is a sequence or not. Okay, so first we see from 2 to 5, we add 3 to 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So we have learned in the previous video that the pattern for this set of numbers here is adding 3 to the previous number. When this set of a number follows the pattern or the rule of adding 3 to the previous number, hence this set of numbers, we call it a sequence. Okay, so whenever a set of numbers or a set of objects follows certain pattern, we call that set of numbers the sequence. We try to look at more examples regarding the patterns of a sequence with the following examples. Example number 1. Determine whether each set of numbers is a sequence. Okay, so given this set of numbers, we want to determine whether they are sequence or not. If the numbers follows a certain pattern, then it is a sequence. If it does not has a pattern, if it does not follow a pattern, it is not a sequence. Okay, so let us see. From 4 to 9, yeah, you see it's increasing, so we add 5, right? 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. We see that all the numbers here follows the pattern of adding 5. So the pattern is add 5 to the previous number. So since this set of numbers here follows the pattern, is a sequence. Yeah, this set of numbers is a sequence. Next example. Again, we have a set of numbers here. So from 14 to 12 is decreasing. Decreasing by how much? Okay, decreasing by 2. So we try and check for the rest. 12 minus 2, you get 10. 10 minus 2, you get 8. Okay, so hence, this set of numbers follows the pattern of subtracting 2 from the previous number. Hence, this set of numbers is a sequence. Now, the set of numbers is a sequence. C, from 2 to 4, we see that it's increasing by 2. From 4 to 9 is increasing by 5. So you can see that Adding 2 or adding 5 is not the pattern. From 9 to 23 actually is adding 14. If we try to use multiply, from 2 to 4 we multiply by 2, from 4 to 9 we actually multiply by 9 over 4. So we cannot use multiplying 2 as the pattern as well. Hence, this set of numbers does not follow a certain pattern. There is no pattern for this set of numbers, hence this set of numbers is not a sequence. Next, from negative 18 to negative 15, we add 3, yeah, because the values is increasing. Okay, we try again, adding 3. Negative 15 plus 3, you get negative 12, correct? Negative 12 plus 3, you get negative 9. So you can see that the pattern here is adding 3. Add 3 to the previous number. Since the set of numbers follows this pattern, hence this set of numbers is a sequence. From 99 to 87, the next example, you subtract 12 from 99, you get 87. Then if you subtract 12 again, you get 75. If you subtract 12 again, you get 63. So the pattern here is subtract 12 from the previous number. Since this set of numbers follows this pattern, hence it is a sequence. More examples here. You may try to pause the videos and try to determine it yourself before you look at the answer. So from 5 to 10, we adding 5. From 10, if we add 5, we are supposed to get 15, not 20. Hence, adding 5 is not the pattern here. But what if we try to multiply by 2? 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. Hence, the pattern here is multiply the previous number by 2. So since it follows a pattern, hence set of numbers is a sequence. Then the last example for this part is this G. From negative 3 to 3, we add 6. 3 to 13, actually we have to add 10. So 13 to 23, even though we add 10 here, but the addition here is not constant. So the pattern here is not adding 6 or not adding 10. How about if we try multiply? You're multiplying negative 1. Yeah, negative 3 times negative 1, you get 3. Then if you multiply negative 1, you get negative 3 as well, not 13. We cannot use this as a pattern as well. Hence, there is no pattern for this set of numbers, and the set of numbers is not a sequence. So after we learn how to determine a sequence, now you are given a sequence and you have to fill in the blanks for this following sequence. So here, since it is a sequence, it must follow a certain pattern. So the first thing you need to do is identify the patterns. From 8 to 14, the most straightforward way is by adding 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. And we try, yeah, 14 plus 6, we get 20. And then we have to check our answers. If 20 plus 6, you get 26, meaning that adding 6 is the pattern here. So we can continue with the rest. 26 plus 6, you get 32. 32 plus 6, you get 38. Next, from 100 to 91, subtract 9 from 100. 91 minus 9, you get 82. Now we want to check, okay, 82 minus 9, you get 73, which is the same as 73 here. Hence, adding minus 9 or subtract 9 is the pattern. So we can continue with the rest. Okay, 73 minus 9, you get 64. 64 minus 9, you get 55. We try more examples. Okay, so from here to here, we cannot identify the patterns, yeah, because not enough information, so we have to identify it from here. Okay, from 32 to 42, I think the most obvious way is adding 10. But since we already have one answer here, we need to check with this to see whether the pattern holds for the whole sequences. Okay, what I mean is, so our initial guess for the pattern is plus 10. So we try to check our answers whether it's correct or not. So we take 2 here, we also add to 10. So we get 12. 12 we add 10, we get 22. 22 we add 10, we get 32, which is the same as these values. So this proves that our guess of adding 10 is correct. Hence the pattern is adding 10. Okay, we need to always fill in all these values in order to check or prove that our pattern here is correct. So next one, adding 10 here, we have 52. Same for question D as well. From here to here, In order to get from 108 to 324, we need to add 216. So our initial guess for the pattern here is adding 216. But if we use it here, okay, 12 plus 216, you're supposed to get 228. 228 plus 216, you should supposed to get 400 something, not 108. Hence, adding 216 is not the pattern. But we already know that this is a sequence. So it must follow certain pattern. So if we cannot use addition, we need to use multiplication. So 108 times what? You get 324. Sometimes it's easy for us to see the values, sometimes it's not. The easiest way is you take 324, you divide by 108. Okay, you get 3. So means that 108 times 3, you get 324. Okay, of course you can check. Yeah? 108 times 3, 324. So we use it here. 12 times 3. 12 times 3, you get 36. 36 times 3, you get 108. So this proves that multiplying 3 is the pattern for this sequence. So in order to find this and this, we multiply by 3 here, 324 times 3. And for the last one here, you need to determine which value times 3 you get 12. So it's either you guess, try and error, or you take 12 divided by 3, it is 4, hence 4. 4, double check, 4 times 3, you get 12, right? Yeah, so this is the answer. Okay, next, now we involve the decimal numbers. So again, we have these two to help us to determine. We cannot use this. Try to take any two consecutive values. So from negative 8.3 to this, it is decreasing. So it must be minus. Minus by what? Okay, so the difference between 11.3 and 8.3, okay, you take 11.3 minus 8.3 is 3. So means that negative 8.3 minus 3, you get this. So in order to check whether this is the pattern, we take negative 2.3, we minus 3, you get negative 5.3. Negative 5.3, you minus 3, you get negative 8.3. Hence, minus 3 subtract 3 is the pattern. Then we can continue. Here, minus 3, you get negative 14.3. Minus 3 again, you get negative 17.3. Here, again this one. Okay, so 0.08 to this, you can see that the values is decreasing, become smaller. So it's either you subtract or you divide because the value is getting smaller, decreasing. If you use minus, what is the value here? The value is the difference between 0.008 and 0.0016, which is negative, which is 0.0064. So it means that 0.008 minus 0.0064, you get this. So we need to try to see whether this is correct or not. We take 0.2 with minus 0.0064, you get 0.1936. And you take this minus 0.0064, you're supposed to get 0.1872, not 0.008. Hence, this is not the pattern. So if you cannot use subtraction here, we have to use division. Yeah, 0.08 divide what? You get 0.0016. In order to find this value, either you try and error, or you take this divide by this. Okay, 0.008 divided by 0.0016, you get 5. Means that 0.008 divided by 5, you get this. Okay. Always double check your answers. You take 0.008 divided by 5, you get 0.0016. Or if you use your calculator, it will come out 1.6 exponent negative 3 sometimes. Yeah, for different calculators. So this actually means this. You will learn about this standard form in the future. So now we need to check whether this is the pattern. So you take 0.2, you divide by 5, you get 0.04. Divide by 5 again, you get 0.008. So for the next one here, you have to take 0.0016 divided by 5. So for some of you, your calculators maybe will come up with values such as this. which is in the standard form. You can write this as your answer as well. Or instead, if you don't want to write this in the standard form, 0.0016 divided by 5. Okay, so we have the 0.00 here. And then for the 1 here, 0 again. Times 3, you get 15. 6 minus 5 is 1. Add a 0 at the back. 2. Hence, you can use 0.00032. How about this one? What value if you divide by 5, you get 0.2? So the easiest way is you take 0.2, multiply by 5. We do it backwards. Yeah? So 0.2 times 5 is actually 1. So 1, we double check our answers. 1 divided by 5, use your calculator, you get 0.2. Hence, these are the answers for this sequence. Yep, we continue. Now we have fractions here. Again, if you have problems with fractions, you can always change it to decimals. Like for example, this one, key in your calculator, convert it to decimals, which you will get 1.2. You will get 2.4. So from 2 to 2.4, the easiest way is to add 0.4, right? Add 0.4. So 1.2 times 0.4, you get 1.6. 1.6, if you add 0.4, you get 2, which is correct. So the pattern here is by adding 0.4. So to find the next value, you just add 0.4 to 2.4, you get 2.8. Add 0.4, you get 3.2. So what if you want to use fraction? Okay, if you want to use fraction, 2 plus what, you get 12 over 5. So you take the fraction, 12 over 5, you minus 2, you get 2 over 5. So here, you add 2 over 5. Okay, so if you have 1 over 5, you add 2 over 5, you get 3 over 5. 3 over 5, if you add 2 over 5, you get 2 as well. Hence, adding this can also be the answer for the pattern. So if you add 2 over 5, you get 14 over 5. If you add another 2 over 5, it becomes 16 over 5. The last example here, we have this 4 over 3 and 2. You can see that the values actually is increasing as well. So increase by how much? Okay, if you want to do this in a fraction form, you take 2 minus this. Okay, so 2 minus 4 over 3, you get 2 over 3. Hence, 4 over 3 plus 2 over 3, you get 2. So now we want to check whether this is the pattern or not. We take this, 2 plus 2 over 3, you get 2 over 3. And you get at 2 over 3 again, you get 10 over 3, yes. Hence, this is the pattern. So in order to get the previous value, we have to minus 2 over 3 from here. Since the value is increasing towards the right, you're constantly adding 2 over 3. So if you want to go backwards here, you have to take this value minus 2 over 3. Okay, minus 2 over 3, so 4 over 3 minus 2 over 3, you get 2 over 3. 2 over 3 minus 2 over 3, in order to find the previous value, you get 0. Hence, this is the answer. Okay, in the next example, we try to complete the number sequence based on a given pattern in the form of words. So this time, the pattern is given, so you don't have to find the patterns. You only have to fill in the values. So subtract 3 from the previous number. Okay, so 8, given 8 here, you need to subtract by 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5, 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, and so on. Minus 3 is negative 4, minus 3 is negative 7. Of course, when you're writing the answers, you don't have to show the minus. Yeah, you only have to write the answer. Okay, next, multiply the previous number by 4. So just multiply by 4. Negative 2 times 4, you get negative 8 times 4, negative 32. 4 again, you get negative 2048. C, divide the previous number by 5. We divide by 5. You get 200. Divide by 5 again, 40. Divide by 5 for the last time, you get 0.32. Adding 0.5 to the previous number, so we just add 0.5. you get 4.8, 5.3, 8. The last example here, you subtract 1 over 3. You can write the answers in the fraction form, either in a mixed number form such as this, or you can write as this, and then you you subtract 1 over 3 again, you get 28 over 3, and then subtract 1 over 3 again, I get 20 over 3 again, I get 25 over 3. And this is the end of this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you everyone.